Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of BB Cars, and today's episode I'll be showing you guys TribeCar Toyota Vios. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Toyota Vios from TribeCar itself. So basically, if you guys didn't know, I think TribeCar, if I'm not wrong, has the pre-facelift and the non-facelift one. So basically this right here I'm filming today for you guys is the pre-facelifted Toyota Vios from TribeCar itself. So basically, one way to know whether yours is a pre-facelift or non-facelift is via the front bumper itself. So basically, the front, this is how the pre-facelift look like. I will show you guys a image right here now on screen, the facelifted Vios, how it looks like. So this is how it looks like for the car itself. So basically, I think it's somewhere around mid 2017 2018, Toyota decided to give the Vios a pre-facelift, a facelift basically to the front and also to the interior itself. So basically later I'll be touching on some of the things they changed for the inside of the car. But right now, the front is one thing they changed. So basically they changed the front of the car itself. They also gave the car new rims. So they changed the rims for that. So this is the pre-facelift rims, how it looks like. Moving on to the rear itself, the bumper. So I'm not too sure whether the bumper did change, but usually if they were to do the front, they will also do to the back. So the back also changed itself. Plus also, I think that if I'm not wrong, the new, I'm not too sure whether this generation of Vios comes with the Vios E, which is the hybrid version. One thing I know, it definitely is the facelifted version comes with a hybrid and non-hybrid option. So that's one thing you got to take notice if you to rent a facelifted Vios. Usually they will mention to you guys at the start of the booking whether this is a Vios E or just a regular Vios itself. But other than that, that is basically my quick summary of a quick roundup of the outside car itself. So in terms of the information I know about the car itself, let me just talk about the damages for this car if there's any. So speaking of damages, right now we are on the passenger side. So passenger side, as of what I observed so far, there isn't any obvious damage to it. There may be the rims being extremely dirty from its usage, but other than that, overall term wise is still quite decently good, other than maybe the conventional wheel or rims curve on the rims itself. So yeah, but moving towards the back, there isn't any other obvious thing other than maybe some cracking of the paintwork, which is typical, I would say, maybe. So yeah, and now moving to the other side, the driver's side, no obvious damage to it either. And now let's move on to the front of the car, which I showed you guys early on. Also same thing, no obvious damage to this car. Same goes for the windscreen. Luckily there isn't any windscreen chip for this vehicle, which is a good thing as well itself. So yeah, and that, let me just show you guys the trunk space for the Vios right now. So to access it, usually there's two ways of doing so. One way is via the key fob, which is right here itself. So basically this is the conventional old-fashioned key that you count with the car. But usually if the key fob does not show you the option to open up the trunk, then usually would be the latch at the driver's side, which I'll show you guys right now as well. So and this is what I mentioned. So basically there will be an e-badging right here itself. So in this case, it should be the hybrid version itself. So yeah, okay, so basically here is the trunk lever. So just need to pull on that and you unlatch. Same goes for the fuel door itself, which is right here itself. So yeah, just need to pull on that and you're able to access the fuel door, which is on the left hand side, just right behind the door itself. So yeah, opening up the trunk, this is how much space you do get for the vehicle itself. Unfortunately, there isn't any lever right here where you can pull to fold on the rear seat if let's say you want more space itself. So normally the way to do so is via the inside, which if there's a button, you should technically be able to do so itself. So unfortunately, I don't really spot anything which allows me to do so. So unfortunately, I don't think you're able to do it. But if you guys know a way to do so, do comment right down below itself. So yeah, but going back to the trunk, this is how much trunk space I'll put on screen right now you get for this generation Vios. So yeah, and that nothing below is just some carpet stuff itself for the vehicle itself. So yeah, to close it down, just need to slam the trunk, slam it hard, otherwise it won't close it all itself. So yeah, so that's basically it for the rear itself. Now let me just jump into the rear of the Vios itself. So stepping in this vehicle also isn't a big problem, because even though I do hit this part of the door itself, getting in I won't hit, but I think the main problem is getting out. When, if let's say the previous person driving position is quite far back, then there's a chance that you might hit this one, because you'll have a little bit problem getting out the car itself. So yeah, but once in the rear, this is how it looks like. So typical is usually this vehicle will be deployed for private hire. So if you guys had sat in the rear of the Vios itself, you know how it feels like itself. So yeah, but in the rear, what do you get? Well, you get some storage pocket right here to put your stuff if you want to. Same goes with the other side. Unfortunately, there isn't any door bin at the side you can put your stuff in if you want to. You only got your window switches right here, and your door with this handle to get out car, and this handle right here to close the door itself. Lastly, you just got grab handle right here to grab hold to if the car is maneuvering tight corners itself. On that, lastly, you just got one cup holder in the center if you want to put your drinks if you want to. If not, yeah, I can just hold it in if the extra drink itself. So yeah. One downside I would say for this car is, as you guys can see, there isn't any center lighting, which normally if the doors are open, the light will turn on. So that's one thing that this car doesn't has. Another thing that this car doesn't has is center armrest itself, which if I want to say, I would normally say this car you won't really expect to see it, because it's not really a high-end car like a better trim level. I don't know, maybe if you get a better trim level you would probably get it, but if not, it's not a big deal for this car wise itself. So yeah, because normally for this car wise you're expected to carry 5 people in this car. So so yeah, can't really say much. So yeah, but okay, now let me just show you guys how does it feel like to sit in the back. Well, this is drawing off the previous person sitting positions. I got about, I would say about a fist and 2 fingers of legroom space. Headroom wise, I would say almost touching the roof, so about a fist of headroom space in the rear itself. So yeah, now let me just move on to the middle seat. So let me just shimmy my way over. Alright, so one good thing about sitting in the center for this Vios is there isn't really any transmission hump for this car, because it's a flat floor, so it's quite good itself. So plus there's also this very nice cut out of the cup holder from the cup holder, so you can put stuff down here if you want to itself. So yeah, but one thing you do notice if you're sitting in the center is you definitely feel like you're sitting at a slight raised position. So yeah, plus right now sitting in the center itself, one thing I would say is based off the previous person's front sitting position, I would say your leg space varies itself. So yeah, but based off these 2 last sitting position, right here on my right, I got about fist and 2 fingers. This I would say is about 4 fingers of legroom space. So yes, it definitely varies according to how the people in front sit itself. So yeah, plus another thing you got to note is you're slightly, if let's say you're slightly taller, let me just look at myself. Yeah, so basically if you're slightly taller itself, I would say you're going to hit the roof of the car itself, because I'm about 1.7 meter tall and I'm almost touching the roof itself. So if I were to be slightly taller, or if I were to sit upright, you guys can definitely see I'm almost touching the roof itself. So probably I think about 1.8 meter tall, I think you might hit the roof of the car itself if you were to sit in the center position of the car itself. So yeah, but if let's say you were to sit on the left or right and you were to sit upright, I don't think there's a big problem at all itself. So yeah, plus also sitting 3 full-grown size adult in the rear will be a struggle, because you definitely will be touching shoulder to shoulder wise. So yeah, if you want to carry adults in this car, my opinion is 4 grown size adults is much better than 5. So yeah, if not, I think you can put a child in the center seat is much better than an adult in the center itself. So yeah, and that let me just jump out of the car right now and I'll show you guys the front. So let's dive straight to that right now. Alright then, now let's jump out of the car itself. So what I mentioned in the previous clip, I think I have one big problem, because you guys can see my leg is brushing or sometimes hitting against this part of the car itself. So yeah, alright, let me just show you guys the front of the car right now. So to To unlock and lock the car, you do is very simple. By the key fob which I showed you guys just now. But let's say these two things fail, you can just do the old-fashioned way, which is just to slide in and just turn the knob to lock the car door itself. So yeah, alright, now let me just show you guys the front of the vehicle. So stepping right in, this is how it looked like to be in the front of the Toyota Vios itself. So basically, like what I mentioned just now at the start of the video, I think there is, if I'm not wrong, there's a various trim level that you can get for the Vios itself. So usually the higher the trim level is, the more stuff you get in this car itself. But fortunately, this car, I can't say that this is the lowest, the baseline trim level, because I'm not too sure what things are included for the Vios itself, for like the trim level, if there's any. So I will just skip straight to the storage space that comes with this car itself. So basically, storage space you get for this car is one is right here itself, which is enormous. So if I have my bag right now, I could probably stuff my bag inside here and it won't be any issue itself. So yeah, if not, you can put like the driver's owner manual, the driver's manual booklet, the big ass thick book, probably could live inside there itself if it's still around. So yeah, if not, and just close that. And moving on to your second storage space, if you can call it, is right here itself, which is got one small one right here itself. And here I think probably you could put your wallet if you want to, or your mobile phone, if let's say you do not want to put in the center sitting right here itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for that. Moving right down to your last storage space you have will be right here itself, which is the smallest one out of the three. So this one probably, I don't know, if you do not want to put your stuff here, you can just hide it inside here lah. So yeah, not much to say about this part. Plus also, if you to notice for this car wise, I think it's coming very loose already, because I think it's due to its age, it's definitely seen its time. And I think if someone were to try to rip this part, this center console apart, I think it can definitely do so itself. So yeah, just take note of that. So moving on, you got your traditional handbrake, which to activate it, just need to press this down and just drop it, or to activate it just that way itself. So yeah, moving on, you just got your gear selector right here with the various gear, which you can go to by holding the brake and just swivel it down to the respective gear itself. So yeah, so basically just got park, reverse, neutral, drive, and the two low mode for this, if let's say this vehicle is on a steep incline itself. So yeah, moving on, next up you got your 12 volt socket outlet right here itself, which you can plug stuff into if you want to. If not, you can just hide it itself. So yeah, moving on, next up you got your this slider right here itself for the recircular air in the cabin. So if you want direct airflow, you can just slide this to the other side, or if you want recirculate air in the cabin, just do the other way around, and that's it itself. And you got your front defrost right here itself. So yeah, lastly right here, you just got your directional airflow right here, which is just two modes, your fan speed control and your temperature control right here itself. So yeah, and that's probably it for this part. Lastly, you just got your hazard light button, which you can press it, and you got your air vents right here itself, and right on top is your Toyota infotainment itself, which I probably won't go through it too in depth, but if I'm not wrong, usually TribeCar should have fitted with an Bluetooth thing which you could plug in. But if this car doesn't have, then probably I think it's via this thing right here itself. So yeah, and you can put in your SD card right here if you want to. Lastly, you just got CD right here, and yeah, but I think probably you don't even use it, because you will probably use your aftermarket phone mount on your phone to use the GPS thing itself. So yeah, moving on, next up you got your gauges itself. So this is the pre-facelift gauge itself. For the facelifted one, I'll probably put on screen right now. This is how the facelifted one looks like. So definitely you can see they changed it from this to that itself. So yeah, and that don't really have much to say, just that you got your speedo in the center, your red counter on the left, and your fuel gauge on the right itself. So yeah, other than that, for the steering wheel, there's really no controls at all, just your horn which you can press to activate it itself, and that's it. So yeah, alright, moving on, next up you got your indicators, right? So your wiper control switch, you can use to activate it, just go all the way down or all the way up. Pull back for the washout of the windscreen, and you got right here to adjust the frequency of it. So yeah. And next up, on the other side, you got your light control switches, which can turn the knob to turn on the light or turn off the light, flash your high beams, and your indicators are just up or down itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for the steering column. Lastly, to adjust the mirrors, if you want to adjust, you can just do via this switch right down below here itself, which is left or right. So basically right hand side, then just adjust using this D-pad looking thing. And to fold in the mirror, just press this itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for controls on the dash. Lastly, you just got some of your window switches on all four sides of the car, which you could roll down or wind up. You got your lock and unlock function for all the doors, and lastly you got this right here to prevent people from rolling down the windows itself. And you also got some storage right here for the driver. You want to put the drinks, if let's say they do not want to put it at the back to share with the passenger itself. And the same for the other side. Alright, before I turn on the car, I'll show you guys that and some of the small things right here itself. Let me just show you guys how to adjust the seat. To adjust the seat is basically just via this lever right down below here, which you can pull to adjust the steering wheel. To adjust the seat is basically right here itself, which you can pull on that to slide forward or back. And right here to adjust the height of the seat itself, which you can pull up or push down. And to adjust the angle of the seat, just pull on this to adjust the backrest of the seat itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for this car wise. Now let me just before I turn on the car, lastly you also got a sun visor, which I forgot to mention, which got the very nice mirror, and also got another card slot right here, which you can put your card if you want to itself. And let's say you want to block the sun coming in from the driver's side, it can also be swiveled itself. So yeah, and same goes for the passenger side as well. So yep, to turn on the lights for this, you just press on it or press again to turn off. But if you want both light on at the same time, you can just go all the way to the left, all the way to the right, or all the way to the left to off it, and leave it in center when the doors are open itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for this car. Now let me just show you guys some of the function for this car wise. So basically this is the old traditional key, which you have to slide all the way in to prime for the accessory power. So just give it a moment to start it up, and you also got that turning on itself. So basically this is what it looks like for the infotainment for this car wise. Just basically got a radio lah, so nothing much to talk about it. So basically it's touchscreen, so you can just touch on it to adjust the radio station 1, 2, and this right here for the volume, and this right here to adjust the frequency for the radio station itself. So yeah, lastly in the center you got your small screen, which show you the odometer itself, as well as the time, as well also as the year that you are in. So to adjust that, you just need to press on this two thing right here itself, and you're able to adjust the time itself. To adjust the odometer is right at the bottom, just need to press on this and just cycle through itself. So yeah, and that's basically it for this car wise. There isn't really much to show you guys that this car has to offer, in my opinion. So yeah, but I think another thing that this car comes with is for the facelifted one, it comes with the for the facelifted one, it comes with the push start button, which you can just pull on the brake and just turn on the car itself. And that's basically all for this video itself. If you guys enjoy the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe and click to see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video.